I had a consult last week with a very sweet young transgender lady who had been on hormones for approximately 5 years and was doing a consult for bottom surgery. And as you know, there are lots of different options when it comes to bottom surgery, and it's certainly it's certainly not one size fits all. And in this girl's situation, she knew that in the future she definitely wanted the vaginal canal, but when we sat down and went through the process of what it actually is involved with bottom surgery, the downtime and the possible complications, she made the very wise decision to go ahead and do the orchiectomy, or just remove the testicles first, and then at a later stage she will do the rest of her bottom surgery. This is always music to my ears. It means that the patient is being very sensible and they understand that maybe they're not at the right time in their life for full bottom surgery, but in her situation we're able to do the orchiectomy, and it does have certain benefits. So in this video, we're going to talk about why some girls will choose to go ahead with the orchiectomy before they do their full bottom surgery. So typically the requirements to get orchiectomy, they vary from patient to patient. And sometimes our hands can be forced to do orchiectomy earlier on if the patient isn't doing well with medications, for example. So typically when we feminize a patient, so when a patient who's assigned male at birth is transitioning, they will typically take something to block the hormones. The most common thing we use is called spironolactone, and it's actually a diuretic and can come with some side effects. The most common side effect is actually dizziness and lightheadedness. So some girls cannot tolerate this medication at all. And so in those situations, it's a great idea to go ahead and do the orchiectomy, because you not only get off that medication, but oftentimes the requirement for how much estrogen you need to be at normal levels decreases as well. A rough estimate is about half, but it really varies from patient to patient. So that would be reason number one. Patients will choose to go ahead and do the orchiectomy first. Reason number two is it can be very affirming for patients, because oftentimes they'll find that tucking is more easy once we get rid of the testicles down below. And indeed, as I always say, for many patients, this will be the be all and end all. This is all they need when it comes to their transition surgically. And of course, surgery is not a necessary part of transition in and of itself, and for many patients they won't ever need or want bottom surgery. But these are some of the reasons patients will choose to go ahead with orchiectomy. And many patients in our practice, because it is a quick and relatively easy procedure, it's usually under an hour under general anesthetic, typically they may add in another affirming procedure. Things they do is add in a lip lift, for example, or feminizing liposuction, top surgery as well. Obviously that can be added into at the same time. So orchiectomy, depending on what's going on in your life, can be a really good option to do first before you pursue bottom surgery, even if bottom surgery is in your future. And I've said it before, I'll say it again, it does not interfere with your results from bottom surgery down the line.